Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Steel City Esports Finals for our first online tournament that we've been throwing. This will be taking place. First game is Tal'Darim Altar between InfinityTTF from the clan Infinity and Hendralisk, who is the Zerg in the bottom right, which I believe he's on the team. Actually, I can't remember what team he's on, actually, to be honest with you. But I am Mustard Tiger, and with me is
Fenlane.
And casting the first of a best of 5 between the two, and they are playing for, the stakes couldn't be any higher. They're playing for a 7-inch Android tablet, which we will be sending to the winner promptly. But it looks as if TTF is going to be starting with maybe a Forge Fast Expand. What do you think, Fenlane?
Yeah, it looks like just a typical Forge Fast Expand. Like that pylon placement there, you could put the Forge right around there or block it off with a gateway there. Good against any sort of potential 6 pool or quick play like that.
And which does not look like our Zerg friend is going to be doing.
No,
looks like he's droning up pretty typically right now.
Yeah, just put the production tab up. Oh, paused it.
Pause the game as well. It's always good. And it looks like TTF, unfortunately, has took the longest scouting route possible. And he's going to find our Zerg buddy last. Which should give him a little time. If he wanted to actually go for a 15 hatch, he probably could right now. But generally, in ZVP, it seems like we're going with the later hatches because of the potential to get cannon rushed at your natural, which happens quite often if you hatch too early against a Forge Fast Expand.
Looks like Hendralisk. I don't know what he was looking for there. Maybe to see if there was. I guess going pool first then.
That's a peculiar place for a pool, but. So yeah, that's typically what tends to happen. Now we'll get a pool first, so we can get a few lings out to stop any sort of pylon or cannoning at the natural, just to ensure you'll get that expansion. It looks like he's going to find nothing out there and hopefully go for it. There he goes.
There goes the hatch. Meanwhile, I think TTF is going to throw down the Nexus. Yep, there it goes.
Okay, so pretty standard, I guess, so far. I think notes about the map. Tal'Darim is generally a macro map. There's so much space, so many expansions, and people like to set up for long-term play here, and it looks like that's what we're seeing right here. Although we'll know in the next minute what's going to unfold here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's no. Sometimes a Protoss player will like to throw some cannons behind the minerals here. Usually the Overlord on top of the hatch will block that off, but it looks more like both players are just going for like a standard longer macro play game.
Yeah, and I think we'll start to see now we have a cannon going down by the Forge, and I'm assuming our first gateway is starting. Yeah, there we go.
And it looks like he's just going off for a wall off. You can block with 1 Zealot there.
Standard 6 Zerglings, huh? That's a lot of Zerglings in the beginning. I'm not sure.
I guess he's looking for a proxy now.
Let's see what he's doing. Oh! Okay, so he's going to try to take a really fast third with those Zerglings.
All right. He's just throwing the injects on. Just a lot of drones going in.
So yeah, generally 2 base against 2 base when it's Zerg versus Protoss is heavily favors the Protoss. So if he wants to get that quick third up, that makes a lot of sense. He can get more units out, get his economy quicker, because the Protoss should not be attacking for a little bit unless we see. What is he? Is the Cyber Core going down up there?
Yep. It's just the gateway. He's going for a 2-gate push.
So that's indicative of a Zealot push, I would imagine, right?
No, clever Overlord placement here, by the way. Actually, I don't think TTF can see that. Nope.
Oh, that's nice.
So that gives Hendralisk a little bit of vision. A lot of vision, actually. And you can't hit that unless you have air. Stalker won't be able to see
that. Because of that erased terrain there. Right?
That little pillar. There's one of those there and there also.
That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Zerglings versus Rocks. I give the favor to Rocks. It takes quite a while.
Zergling beats Rock, but very slowly.
Very slowly. Eventually, yes. Okay, so, check that out. So Chrono on the gateways and a +1 coming out. So, obviously, we're going to see some heavy Zealot pressure early on, yeah?
And that's what it looks like. A lot of Protoss players in ZVP are trying to do early Zealot pushes. That seems like it's popular right now. And especially on a quick third, you pop in, 3, 4 Zealots, and sometimes they transition to a Stargate play. And if you time it just right with the Void Ray, the Zealots will kill the Queen, Void Ray will kill the third, and it's great pressure on that third base, which Hendralisk is just throwing down now.
Yeah, and to be honest, Zealots against Zerg early I mean, they're good to begin with, but when you get that +1 going, that's going to be pretty hard to deal with. Unless he goes for a Roach switch, which I don't see. Is there a Roach Warren somewhere else?
No, Roach Warren's not down. He's only got he's got the 2 gas, but he's only mining from 0 extractors.
Did he get speed? I would imagine, yeah. No. What is the 2 gases for? I'm confused.
See, he didn't get speed yet. He's not harvesting any gas yet.
Okay.
But he's now going for 4 gas.
So okay, there goes the Roach Warren down. Like I was going to say, if he didn't scout this and then and didn't get roaches in time, this could be pretty deadly. But if those roaches might be able to pop out just in time.
There's the Stargate going down for TTF.
And we got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
It's 7 zealots coming in.
7 + 1 zealots. That is tough to deal with early on.
And as for units right now, we're looking like Hendralisk has only 6 lings and 3 queens, and the queens are going to take forever to shamble their way on. Now there is a spine crawler going on there, but it's far away from this.
There is no creep nearby.
Is he going to cancel it? No.
Ooh, man, I don't see much hope for this hatch here. This looks bad.
Let's see what the production tab says. We got 9 roaches coming up, but it's not going to be fast enough for this.
It's going to be too late, yeah. Too late.
Be smart. I would say TTF would be good to just pull out right now, because if these roaches all come out, they're going to outpace the zealots if he tries to pull away. He can get
and he did what he wanted to do. Denying that third is huge.
Oh, and right here come the roaches.
I think he could still... Well, he's going to lose.
He's going to lose some zealots here. Oh, a little bit of a misclick there, I think.
Now, in the meantime, if you look at the production tab, we have a Void Ray coming, which is actually 2 Void Rays. Which is precisely how you called it. Maybe a little bit later than what we had expected, but...
Still... That kind of works in its own way, because if he commits heavy to this roach play, and roaches don't shoot up, which kind of lends itself to good denying with the Void Rays, especially since he's just now rebuilding that third.
Right, Void Rays like roaches. Put it that way.
They do that, plus that bonus to armored, which roaches most definitely are.
This is not going to be good. This is going to be tough. Especially, when you get that early third killed as a third player, it feels bad enough to begin with, but this is going to be tough to deal with, I think.
In terms of income, they're pretty close. Zerg has a slight advantage. They got an extra 5 workers there. But yeah, right now for a Zerg to be even bases with Protoss, it's just kind of like an awkward place to be in.
Well, if you look at the far left, actually, Hendralisk just took a secret 4th, I guess you'd call it. The third doesn't look like it's long for this world, though.
No, not with these, and the Phoenix too. They'll deny the Queen.
Gonna have a little bit of trouble here.
Here come the Queens.
2 queens. This doesn't look good for the Queenies. Yeah.
No.
3 queens. I mean, if you even hitting the transfuses, this would be tough.
Void Ray's charged. Oh, there's another Queen coming up. Gonna need to pull that one Void Ray back a little bit. Oh, here comes another Phoenix. Good micro there on that Void Ray.
Yeah, Void Ray's. This is looking difficult for our Zergy.
Lost that Void Ray there, but I think he's going to be able to pull this off if he picks up that last Queen.
If he can get that Void Ray, it's not going to happen. If he could have gotten that Void Ray, he would have been safe for a little bit at least.
Now, meanwhile, he's got this little Roach Commando hit squad there. You got I like that, the 1 ling to see whenever Protoss is taking their expo.
That base on the left, it's got to be finishing up pretty soon. Okay, we're getting the Spore Crawlers, the emergency Spore Crawlers.
Yeah.
Still,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be close, I think.
Other than that, anti-air is not looking like it's around. He's got this 4th, but he's not doing really anything with it.
And TTF actually has not expanded yet, so if he can somehow survive this, get his economy up and going, he might...
Oh, this is going to be so close.
Oh, my...
Oh, no! 4 health.
4 health. That is, wow. I think he could have finished that.
It would have been so close. Maybe if he led with the Phoenixes, that might draw off the... Oh, he's going for... he got it just before... Oh, my... That is a lot of mutas.
Wow.
That is 11 mutas, I think. Maybe 12. 13 mutas, wow.
Okay. All right, so TTF still has not taken a base. It looks like he's committing to some sort of some 2-base aggression right now. I don't know if he's... Has he killed the rocks yet up there on the third?
On his third.
Not quite yet, okay.
Trying to find out where he put that spire. Right there. It was hiding under an Overlord.
Overlord pack, yeah.
It just looked like a very tall Overlord.
And then, let's see. Roaches are poking up here. They are not going to do anything. And they're probably just going to get killed on the way home, I would imagine.
But you've got that Muta squad's not insignificant. He's got to be really careful with his Phoenixes here.
Yeah, but the Phoenix do the wonderful extra light damage to those Mutalisks, and they can out micro the Mutalisk all day if the control is good enough, of course.
The problem with that, the control has to be so intensive that really limits your macro play. If you're just, one misclick and those Mutas can just start popping those Phoenixes so easy.
Yeah, but his numbers aren't outrageous yet. The
No.
Mutalisk numbers, I should say, are not outrageous.
Yeah, he's only got 8 right now, but once you hit that critical mass of Mutas, they pretty much eat through anything air that Protoss has, unless you get a mothership, really.
Indeed. Okay, so he's now gearing up to take the third. I would have expected this a little earlier, but it makes sense. I mean, he seems he's in good shape right now, but Zerg is on 4 base now, legitimate 4 base.
He's starting to saturate this 4th here. Ooh, not a whole lot. He's mining from gas, which is really important, actually, because with Mutalisks, the limiting factor is going to be the gas.
Is there gas at the secret 4th? Do we have gas up over there?
We've got, he's mining.
Okay, so he's going to be good on that.
In terms of gas, he's getting almost 1,000 gas.
Whoa, no. That does not look good.
Looks like he's still going to pull ahead here, but it's...
Oh, those Mutalisks are so dead.
Yeah.
Poor guys. Phoenix just had a little party, and he didn't really lose that many Phoenix there.
No, he didn't.
Maybe a few.
It's lost. Looks like Protoss is still pulling ahead. Not just in numbers, but especially the resources there. A lot of that's the gas from those Mutalisks.
Yeah, sure. That's an expensive unit to lose. Don't want to be throwing them away so easily. But he got kind of caught in a situation where the Phoenix could have probably taken or dealt some free damage had he just tried to escape. So I think he was trying to minimize the free damage he was getting there. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. Saturating this 4th here. That 3rd, it looks like, he's finally throwing some more drones on there.
And what are our units? Okay, so Army...
He's going Hydralisks.
Let's Roach against Void Ray, Zealot, Stalker.
Is he going for Hive, or is he going for a Hydra Infester sort of play? That seems... That's an interesting comp there.
He has a lot of gas. I mean, he might be able to support that, I suppose.
He's getting Burrow. Maybe some Infester hits. Then he's going Pathogen Gland, so he's definitely going to be doing something with that Infester. He's not going to go for a Hive Tech just yet, at least.
Seems Protoss has a kind of a scary army right now, because the Phoenix could nullify a lot of the anti-air, even with the Hydralisks, pick them up in the battle, and everything else is pretty anti-roach, if you can see.
Absolutely, and even the Infestors would be nullified. He's got enough, unless he got some really fantastic fungals off, he'd be hard-pressed.
Yeah, that's true. He could just pick them up and snipe them really easily. This is going to look tough. That's a tough unit composition to fight against.
He's got Overlord speed also.
I think that would mainly just be for scouting.
Absolutely, yeah. Doesn't look like he's going to try any sort of like Baneling drops. I mean, he doesn't even have a Baneling nest.
Or drops in general, yeah.
Drops in generals, absolutely.
And we have 7 Infestors on the way. Okay, so those could be, as you said before, they could be a game changer, or they could just be immediately nullified by the Phoenix. So we'll see. That's going to come down to some pretty tight control.
Yeah, it looks like he's given up on the Mutalisk play for now. He's just doing Roach Infester. But against this comp, he's got Immortals, he's got Void Rays. Like, everything he has does some sort of bonus, except for the Stalkers, really.
Stalkers have bonus to armor, do they not?
Do they? Oh, no.
They do.
There we go.
So, very, very anti-roach. Also, let's see, Zerg is max, but I have a feeling if we could... Let's look at the income tab. I want to see how many workers we have.
Oh, whoops. Units we've got in terms of workers, he's got 89 drones.
Okay, so a lot of that is going to be in workers, but that's still... He's still got a pretty significant force. Let's check that's a scary Protoss army coming in.
Meanwhile, here comes the ball for Zerg, throwing out some spines.
And let's see how this... Yep, this is...
Phoenix is picking up the Infestors there.
That's not good.
Good splits there with the force
Oh,
field.
those poor Infestors. This doesn't look like it's going to pan out well. As we said before, he's got mainly Roach left, and the army is primarily anti-Roach.
Just army. Melting, yeah.
Yeah. Or Roachies.
Just killing off the tumors for good matter.
Okay, so we've got some Panic Spines going. A number of Zerglings. You know, if he can stabilize here, I don't actually know how he'll do it at this point. If he can stabilize, he could remax quicker. But
he's certainly got a lot of Lings coming up, but it just, I mean, Lings are great against Stalkers, but you need a lot by this point, especially where he's just warping in more and more.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got the Hydralisks and the... So I guess TTF did not want to engage all those spines, which makes sense. So,
definitely a smart decision. That could be one of those things where he's playing it safe right now. If you overcommit, that could be just what Zerg needs. They certainly have the macro play to remax, given a couple minutes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So got a little pressure on this third, and this looks it looks somewhat insurmountable at this point. We'll see.
But definitely, he's just got such a force. He's picking up all the Hydralisks, which is just going to add to the Void Ray's dominance on the air.
Can't pick up. Well, you can pick up Zerglings. It's just probably a waste of your micro. And let's see.
Yeah, it looks like this is just going to be, I don't know, so much pressure here on this base. But he's not. He's killing a lot of the units, but he's not doing any blows to his economy.
That Spore Crawler is doing a lot more work than I think TTF wanted him to.
He's just streaming in more units, just pulling in everything he has, and somehow he's
stabilizing.
He's definitely stabilizing here.
This is interesting. Yeah.
And he hasn't really dealt much of an economic blow here, TTF.
No, I agree. Actually, he's going to come out of this with, I mean, he lost his army, but his economy is like intact. That was one of those organic holds you didn't think was going to happen.
Yeah,
it happened.
Meanwhile, Hendralisk is throwing up some corruptors also to deal with that Void Ray presence. Not a bad decision at all, considering how much work. Let's see how many kills that one Void Ray has. 19 kills.
That is the Void Ray of Void Rays. Okay, and Hendralisk is throwing down he had thrown down a number of macro hatches, it looks like, that'll eventually, if he stays alive long enough, he can use them to transfer drones there, and I'll have an automatic base.
Ooh, that unlucky corruptor.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Might be able to take out that one Phoenix, but unfortunately he's
rallied.
First
day at work, he's just immediately killed. So I think these Phoenix, obviously, are now the scouting patrol as well, to see, which he probably would have liked to do earlier, I would imagine, to see if Zerg had taken some secret bases.
Always a panic moment, a little bit. Makes your heart catch when you see that Zerg's actually taken an extra 3 bases you didn't know about.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. So, looks like Hendralisk again is going for the Infestor count. Hopefully, maybe try to catch some of the Phoenix in there before they get to him. I would imagine that would be your plan there.
Oh, and he snuck in Hive Tech. God, didn't even notice that. With the Greater Spire, perhaps to transition to Broodlords eventually, but right now he's throwing down a huge amount of Infestors.
Which are great. Great if he can get the Fungals off. And if Fungals throwing a few Infested Terrans, you have a pretty strong attack at that point.
Throwing down the Fleet Beacon also. Perhaps some late-game Mothership play. Popular against the Broodlord combo is you just throw down a Mothership, you do the Archon Toilet as popularized by Kiwikaki, where you throw in a bunch of Archons, Vortex, the Blob, and the Splash damage.
Infestor kills.
That's a lot of gas there.
Yeah, for sure.
And catching the transfer, too. Meanwhile, here comes the
that's a pretty
Zerg
big force. We'll see. He's catching Free Immortal, perhaps.
Good Immortal catch there. Just more Infestors.
Can't have these Infestors die so easily.
Some good Fungals there, especially on the air, keeping them locked down.
Yeah, he only has a few Fungals left. His Infestors are quite low on energy, actually. And this looks... I think Protoss is going to come out on top of this pretty
definitely,
handily.
I agree with that. He's going to take out some of these Void Rays. Hopefully, if he keeps the Corruptions going, which unfortunately he's not, he might be able to take out a couple extra of these Void Rays.
In the meantime, we have, it looks like about 30 Zerglings, a number of Roaches coming out.
Another Infestor coming, but yeah.
Those Void Rays are just going to cause problems. Sentries now. We haven't seen a lot of Sentries this game, but that makes sense, not with the strategy he's going. So that makes sense. This base is dead, no doubt. See if we can sneak some of those drones out of there. Hopefully,
it doesn't look promising. That one drone.
He fell. So now it looks like TTF has control of the map right now. He could run over and probably snipe those bases on the left. I don't see how Hendralisk could contest this at this point. But
yeah, he's got so many links. He's just checking for extra bases. Good call there because this base has got that nice little wall off. Trying to crack it in any way he can. He might be able to run by with the links here, but he's doing really well here, just making sure there aren't any extra secret Protoss bases.
And yeah, this is a predictable outcome for these left bases, unfortunately.
He's just going to walk through. Meanwhile, a little fight here, a lot of lings, a lot of Roaches. Unfortunately, I just think that's too many Stalkers, and especially too much air.
With the Void Rays, when they can just get free hits the whole time, that's not going to go well.
Throwing down some Infested Terrans. If he focuses
fires
one of these Void Rays, he might be able to, but he's just...
The problem, I think, Broodlords are here. The problem I think he's running into a lot of time with the Infestors is that they're running out of energy so quickly because he's not getting time to save up the energy he needs.
Absolutely.
So much pressure on him constantly.
Now, thing is, Protoss did not see this base here. I'm not sure if he missed it with his Phoenix flyby earlier in the game.
Yeah, or perhaps he wants to do the death kill at this point, or the death push, I should say.
The death push.
He is slightly behind in supply, but I still think just that composition is so hard for him to deal with right now. Now, the Broodlords are, I mean, certainly going to help.
He has to be very careful with those Broodlords, though. I mean, given the blink play from the Stalkers, you need to really be careful about moving them in, getting the Broodlings down, and moving them back, and letting the Roaches kind of tank most of the damage here.
Yeah, and we've seen time and again too many Broodlords just wasted, basically.
Oh, absolutely.
They're an expensive unit, takes a while to get to them, and you really want to control them really well. So this engagement here, this is probably, I mean, this will probably be one of the deciding engagements. That's a lot of Void Rays.
Void Rays hitting the Broodlords good there.
Yeah, and they are just wiping them clean. Wiping them. Ugh, that is hard to watch for our Turgy buddy. So this, this looks like it's going to be...
Keeping the Roaches back. Yeah, it looks like Protoss is going to mop this up pretty easily.
That Immortal is probably just... it's like a birthday party for him.
Yeah.
Just 25 kills, yeah.
26, 27, 28,
oh, geez.
29. Is he going to get 30?
Chewing through Roaches. Now, he might die on his birthday, unfortunately, but he had a good time.
He's a war hero.
Yeah, he's a war hero. Is that what it said? Did it say war hero?
It said Executor, but I think that is Protoss for war hero.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now,
this base, this
Miracle base.
I guess he assumed that those two panic bases were all he had over there, but one little Phoenix flight would reveal otherwise. So the supply is surprisingly low at this point in the game. TTF, again, has not taken a fourth. He is low on minerals. I believe that third is the only mineral-heavy base he has left. Is that true? I think so.
I think so. Yeah, he's completely mined out. Almost on his gas, too, so I think... throwing down maybe that. Mopping up this early third here that just seems like...
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is he's just going to be able to wipe out whatever Hendralisk has to offer here.
Absolutely.
Just finish this off right now.
He's got a very good comp here. The Archon's just destroying the wings.
Yeah. And that,
there's the GG.
That's all she wrote, so that's a good first game. And I think it all started with the initial pressure. That initial pressure set the tone for the whole game, that zealot pressure.
Absolutely. Just denying that early third was so important.
Too successful. All right, we're going to go into game 2 here momentarily.